So what all they say? What you mean some feedback? What they say?
Yeah, so one of the feedback was having a super agent orchestrator, like an orchestrator that manages all these four different agents, right?
Yeah,
Um, and so a lot of the permissions and access is managed through that super agent.
yeah,
So yeah, so that's one of the concept. Another was, people were saying maybe think about having like a high availability agentic model, meaning you have one of like three instance of same agent running at the same time. So as like in a sleeper container. So that will kind of uh, reduce the downtime that one agent will cause.
okay, okay. Yeah, they trying to. Hey, hey, look, hey, you nicer
Tail
than
it to
me.
enterprise or
I know,
something.
right? I said they try to make her go enterprise government level. Like, I
Yeah,
wonder
so
how
that
many
was
of those people. I know, right?
never the plan.
Yeah, oh, you know how it is online. I be like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
these
yeah,
people
yeah,
recommend all this stuff, but I wonder how many of them can actually do it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Hey, Ty, Eric, Lena, Yannick, John,
Yeah.
Aaron, Sanders. What's up, everybody? We back. We back.
Everybody.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, sis. I guess we're waiting for a
Yo,
few more
bro.
people. I know, right? I already know everybody been busy. I've been pretty busy myself too, working on a few
Mm.
things. Like I said, have anybody looked at all the stuff that's going on with the government, the Pentagon, and Claude? I
Oh
said
yeah.
it's a
Yes.
war. I said they
Yes,
got
Ready?
because I have a vested interest in that secret stuff. I have a clearance, and
we.
that impacts me. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy. Honestly, I don't know what they got. They're like, that's Trump. Just he is like the mob. He can do anything he
No,
want. That guy
it
better chill out.
it was, yeah, he's a jerk, but it was discovered that information from the secure pipeline was
Yeah.
somehow getting overseas to the wrong people.
Oh wow. So they were sneaking in, getting the information some kind of way.
Well, again, AI, you know how tricky it is. It goes in one
Yeah.
side of its brain and comes out the other side of its brain.
Yeah. Yeah. Then the guy, he was like, Anthropic, he was like, I'm not selling nothing. I'm not doing nothing. Trump said, I'm like, hey, because I think today Trump banned all government. He says it's gonna be a 10-year phase. I mean, a 6-month phase out. He said he banning Claude and Anthropic since they don't want to make a deal. And he said he gonna
There's
take.
no guardrails. He can make all the deals he wants. He's not going to get what he wants. There's no
Yeah,
guardrails on it.
yeah, it's true. It's true. It's gonna be an interesting thing to see. Sit back and watch. It's gonna be very interesting to
Well,
see.
ChatGPT came out with their own version for defense only,
Really.
and everybody's trying to get a hold of it now.
Oh, okay. So ChatGTP, they took the guardrails off.
Well,
It's
no,
for the
they made
government.
a bounce back mechanism that if it detects such and such, it bounces it back to zero. And also, Grok
Yeah.
was voted no,
Hmm.
thank you, because they had the same problem as Claude.
So with that being said, what you think Claude gonna do? You think they're gonna give in, or they gonna go to war with the government and Trump?
Well, they're fighting with Iran. We're going to have AI wars here. Who's going
Yeah.
to win?
Oh yeah.
Look, look
Oh
at
no.
look. I was like I said, man. If Trump can go take over Venezuela, he can almost a company inside of the U.S. They don't stand a chance.
Well, wait a second. Let's look closely at that.
Come on, talk to me.
The countries he's taken over are so poor.
Yeah, that's true.
He could buy them on a dime. He cannot get the more civilized, as we say, financially societies.
Yeah. I know a lot of people saying like I said, the AI war is coming. They're gonna do that, and then whoever don't merge with the government or whoever don't kind of buy in, it's gonna get bought out, or they gonna get it's either lay down or get down.
That's right, because they got to protect their interests.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah, I
interesting.
thought that whole situation was really crazy. It's kind of it's kind of scary, man. The government like stepping in with that much power over a private company and just
Yeah.
basically demanding what to do. I mean, if Anthropic don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. And I mean, again, we don't know all the details, but the reason they're giving for not doing it, I mean, that don't sound too outrageous to me. But then to
Honestly,
have
yeah.
Well, you're getting the watered down version.
Man,
The the inside
tell us.
version is
Come on,
they
give it to
blew it.
us. No, don't hold
Yeah.
back. Come on, give it to us. Don't hold back. Tell us what you can tell us.
This is all I
Yeah.
can tell you right now, but they blew it.
So who blew it? So the Anthropic blew it or the government blew
Claude,
it?
yeah, they blew it.
Really?
Anthropic is a genius. The guy is a genius. He's looking at AI and trying to cover everything. Everything. Where ChatGPT only does so much.
Ah, that's interesting.
And Grok, he's another one. Everything. He owns everything. He owns all our data. He's made his admins do break-ins to get the data. He's trying to get a whole take over the what's it the Fort Knox, the Federal Reserve. He's trying to take that out. He's trying to get that information.
Huh?
So we have fighting boundaries here.
Oh
Hello.
wow. Yeah, cause the
Whoa.
guy, cause the Clyde guy, he acting like he's like a goody two shoes. I said this guy acting like he like the savior of America. He a goody two shoes or
Yeah,
something.
Little Red Riding Hood, honey,
Yeah,
but yet he's got the wolf behind him.
yeah. I was like, I wonder what's the full story, cause I was like, we only getting the watered down version. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
If I
I
find
don't
out
think
and I
we
can
will.
share it, I will.
Yeah, but also I don't think we will ever hear the full story.
I
Um,
know.
right?
Yeah,
What
These
what
are
was that what was that part about that story where didn't Sam Altman, didn't he have somebody killed over this? Or something
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Well, I mean it might have been an accident. Could have been
I
yeah,
don't trust that
yeah.
dude. Sam Altman,
There-
I do not trust that dude. That dude just seems
It ain't no accident
of
when it
course,
comes to
I'm right, I
economics.
know. But I
Yeah,
yeah,
mean
you know.
I don't trust that dude.
Sam Altman has an interesting background. We're not gonna go there, but
No, he's
that's a
trying to take over the world.
Yeah, but
yeah. Because we
I
can't
mean,
talk about the
he
places
don't
you
that
get
we
that.
can't
figure
talk about.
I
you
know, right?
figure Sam Altman just bought that open claw. He's just gonna push that over to the
Yeah,
government. Like, here you go,
yeah,
take
yeah.
it.
You know what's crazy? Even Claude, they banned Open Claude. They told everyone, say, hey, you can't use Claude if you're using Open Claude. So I said, man, the government starting to use a lot of Open Claude source code. I said, so these people are at war for real. Then China said they gonna release DeepSeek for next month, and they said it's gonna be even crazier than what all us even got right now. They're gonna open source the whole thing. And they talking about we ain't put no
Yeah,
guardrails on. I said, oh no, this is gonna be bad.
it's the Wild Wild West.
Oh, you on mute, sister? Sister, unmute yourself so we can hear you. You were saying something. Let's see. Let's see. I think you're still on mute, Celine. She was saying something. Look, I'm trying to get the inside scoop. See what's going on. All right. What you say?
This is going to come down to you moving your money back to your mattress and shutting off your internet.
Yeah, I can't. Honestly, I can't wait for those days. Honestly, me personally, I can't wait.
Deli, I got a question for you, or really anybody, because again, it's hard to say who to trust, who's telling the truth, all that. But the thing that really gets me, like Dario, the dude from Anthropic, I just don't see the benefit of him like screaming from the mountaintops, like, yo, we're not ready for this. Like, I don't see any benefit of him saying that. I don't see why he would be saying that if he really truly didn't believe that. Like, it's not in his vested interest. You know what I mean? So, and he's been saying it for a very long time. I think that's any, I don't know. To me, he just seems genuine, definitely compared to Sam Altman. Like, he said clearly, like, that dude don't care. He's like, I don't know. I think that dude got a God complex.
Now you
Yeah.
100% right on that one. The way his demeanor is now, he's trying to really get Bill Gates out the way, and he want to be the number one dude because Bill Gates might be getting indicted soon.
But it's crazy how the Claude guy he trying to act like and say, hey, the government is surveilling. They want to surveil everybody. I'm like, dude, you train your models and surveil us when you get our data and do whatever you want to do with it. I'm like, why is he acting like he just so good at two shoes when he doing the same exact thing? And Selena just confirmed that yes, he is actually doing this stuff even on a greater scale. I was like, oh man, this is even crazier than I thought.
So they're worse than Palantir?
Yeah, he trying to act like he not Palantir. Only the governor's Palantir when he training his models, and I already been to court and got sued for the exact same thing he's screaming at the mountaintop about. So
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
it's interesting. Hey, I think he playing a dangerous game. You know, I wouldn't do it. I said, hey man, give me my money. I'm out. Peace. I'm disappearing. I'm no phone, no internet. I'm gone. I'm done. All right, let's see
You in the
this.
bed with the government. When you're in bed with the government, it's no getting out with that.
Looking soldier sold to the devil.
Yeah,
Look like the mob. It's only one way out.
exactly. Being killed.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna go over a few things, then we're gonna open it up for questions. That's good. This is good
Hey,
stuff.
Trey, are you
What's up?
recording this?
Man, yes, I'm recording this, bro. The last one I record, it was crazy. I was like, man, that was so good. I ain't even recorded. People was like, where's the record? I said, you should have came. You missed a good one. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see.
Well, just in case, Trey, maybe you can holler at Larry Ellison. Maybe he has the recording.
Man, I know, right? I know, right? Yeah. See him or Alex. Alex, hey, I need that recording, bro. I need can you
Right.
that? Let's see. All right. Let's see. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so pretty much I did. So I've been putting a lot of videos in here. It's a lot of stuff about agentic AI and pretty much how the big boys at the big companies how they vibe code and how they doing agentic AI stuff. Like it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that's not on the internet. It's kind of like in-house knowledge. So we're gonna pretty much like I did this one video, pretty much how I do interviews. And I think this video is very important because a lot of people they get in interviews and they let the companies just drill them instead of really doing some investigation and asking the company what's their pain points, what's going on, just to make sure they're a good fit, just in case they're not getting into something that they don't need to get into. Because like you always want to know when you're taking a job, you don't want to be like, yeah, I take the job. Do you even know what you're doing? Because like I said, so it's always good to like I said, to know what's going on. Because I pretty much approach any kind of job interview. It's like a consultant, and I'm trying to get in there and trying to see what do they want, like what's their problem and what they're trying to solve and stuff like this. So I pretty much went into detail on this video about it, and I put this video free on YouTube or whatever because I think it's real important. And I put a few questions there that I like to ask just to make sure if it's gonna be a poop show when I get in there, or if they a mature system, or it's gonna be just the WWE Royal Rumble, you know. So because if you go like you say, if you quit a job, you had an okay job, but you thought the grass was green on the other side, and you get in there, and it's a complete cluster, crazy mayhem. Man, you be like, man, I should have stayed at my other job. This is nuts. So I kind of went through and explained that and stuff like that. So and then in this section, a lot of this stuff is mindset. Like I said, why you should listen to me, where I think AI is headed, reality check, doing a time audit and the personal audit. I think this is one of the most important things people skip over because it's easy to waste time. And I think everybody probably know that. And like I said, add weekly value. Just kind of communicate. I think everybody doing a good job at that. And tools and resources that I see the most in the real world, kind of go over that. What is vibe coding? How do big companies, how they producing all this technology? It's like all the technology that you see now, AI is creating it, and they vibe coding it. Like they not coding nothing from scratch. They literally are not coding from scratch. But people on YouTube, you see people like, why can't people reproduce what they're doing vibe coding? Because they're doing vibe coding a whole different way. It's like totally different. It's like so different than what most people doing. And I go over some of the top 10 OR stuff, like what it is, what it means, the top 10 fail stuff I see in the real world. Um, let's see, production grade, how you do that, what that look like. And I got a project. This project here is a red team scanner, and you can take it live. And pretty much we use this once we take stuff live to kind of like simulate attacks from external stuff just to see if anything popping up in our SIM is it working? Is our security working? Like this, like we do external testing, then internal testing. So this a project, and then I show you how to verify, because with vibe coding too, you got to make sure that the project is actually real and it's not like mock fake data or like in place data. Sometimes the vibe coding platforms to do that. So that's why you got to do the manual testing and the logs and make sure the logs are showing up and stuff. And that's a big thing. And I show people how to do like a report, how to post on GitHub, LinkedIn. Then this is another project, a security engineer mentorship, where you can talk to the mentorship back and forth like it's your personal mentor. And it's a voice one. And then this prompt here is it's a prompt for front ends to make 500 different variations of front ends UIs based on that project. Like, so every project could be different, and it's pretty much just based on that particular project, and it's gonna make it look good. You can either have professional style, Tron style, or cyberpunk or whatever. But so you pretty much, you don't have to think about front end stuff. Then this one, I went over how to actually secure the project. And it's like we do like probably about 5 or 6 different phases of it. We'll protect it against the web app security stuff. Then we'll protect it against the top 10 OWASP security. I go over there. I show how to do that, how to protect the projects. I show how to convert any NAN project, like all the NAN projects, and make Zapier audit. I show how to convert any of those to a SaaS product, to Python or Rust or blockchain, whatever you want to do that for. I show how to do that. And how to use Google anti-gravity. And this is very big right here, because you want to get your eyes and have audits and logs on all your AI agents. The GRC is pretty much, I put a GRC analyst, GRC engineer, enforcer in the code. So it's pretty much a agent that's a GRC analyst and GRC engineer, and then it enforces the compliance stuff. And the same thing with the evidence. Like, so when the auditors come in, you got all your evidence stuff in there. For all my GRC engineering people, that's pretty much what that is. And put a honeypot deception system. This is really big. I remember working at a fruit companies. We would try to do it, but it would cost so much money and take so much time to do it before vibe coding came. It was almost impossible unless you had somebody that really knew how to code. It was so hard and took so long and so expensive to do this. But with vibe coding, you can do it pretty much in one day, and that it saves millions. This is one of the best way how you kind of protect your system against hackers and all the agents and all the crazy stuff everybody kind of fearful of. This is pretty much how you do it with the honeypot deception system. And there's many techniques. So I show people how to do that, how to put that on there, and also how to put an internal, always red teaming system, always trying to hack your code from internal, kind of like lateral movement, and you can make sure all your SIM stuff working in there too. So it's pretty much a penetration team. All the stuff we used to have to pay for, you pretty much then created a team to do that on autopilot or whatever. Then also put in her a PDF how you can make any project that you do and turn that project, that source code, into a strategy guide, a full PDF. I go through that. You can turn like chapters, like a whole printout thing. And one of the guys here asked for how to deploy in the SaaS product. The best and easiest way to deploy, how we deploy, we do everything through the CLI, through the command line. And I just did the one with Vercel. It's pretty much you just go in and you go in the command line, you tell the vibe coder, hey, I need you to deploy this product to Vercel through the CLI. You log in, put your API keys, and it'll pretty much just do it. Back in the days, they used to take us at least 3-4 days just to deploy something. But now it's like 5 minutes. All right. And then this is pretty much the video I showed y'all about how to pass the interview. and then how to reverse engineer source code, how to be a freelancer. For people that's just getting started in Agentic AI, like this is easy money because they don't really do long as you can prove to them you can do the work, they're gonna pay you. They're gonna pay you the money. As people know, filling that application can be a pain in the butt. So the ATS app, it's a few guys that have used it. I've used it. It's work. It saves you a lot of time. But that's pretty much it on that. And this guy here, it was one guy. He was in one group. He was talking crazy. Said, "Yeah, you don't need to do projects. I don't think you're gonna know." He talking about doing all these projects in Agentic AI. And I'm like, hey, this dude here made over 40 Agentic AI projects in the last 3 months, and now he can sold open cloud for billions of dollars. Meanwhile, this person don't got a job. They ain't in tech, never been in tech, but they offering all this crazy information. So I think I'm happy this guy. I know a lot of people hating on him, talking about it's insecure. Yep, the open cloud is very unsecure. So it's the whole wide internet and all the LLMs and the apps and everything else. And this is the tweet from Trump. Like you said, sister already said, hey, Claude, they on the wrong side of the pendulum. So, hey, we know when this guy get to saying stuff, we know what's up. And this is the guy doing the interview with this lady, talking about the Anthropic, Dario, whatever. No, I get he trying to expose what's going on. But, man, doing it public like that, I wouldn't do it. And this Claude, they ban and they ban, Claude banned open cloud from using it. And a lot of this stuff, the Agentic AI, like on Upwork, a lot of these jobs are like starting to pop up on her. Like companies want this stuff, $75 an hour to $150 an hour. It's very few people making money like this. And like I said, and if a person can figure this, and this is only going to get higher. The next 2-3 years, it's gonna get crazy. Now they want $8 an hour, whatever. It's probably, but that's good experience. You can put that on your resume. Because if you don't got nothing, it can be like a side project you're doing. No, it's like a paid internship almost. Setting up installment Minimac. They paying people $6 to $30 an hour. You can put all this stuff on your internet. These people can be a reference. So that's that. All right, now let's look at what the job market looked like just for last week. Type in the word automation, 5,013 jobs. That's just automation. 5,000 jobs. All right, we're gonna do Agentic, another 4,500. Agentic AI engineer. All right, we're gonna do AI, almost 7,000. Now watch this. Now watch the jump. Watch the jump between AI. So AI 6,000. Cybersecurity, it went down to 800. 800. So 6,000, 7,800. Because what's happening, the cybersecurity jobs not going away, but they are starting to merge a lot of things. All right, SOC analyst. Now, this just proves my point. Most of the people on the internet don't know what the heck they talking about. Everybody talking about SOC analysts, where SOC analysts only got 57 jobs. Why would I even go after SOC analysts? Is because you can't stack the jobs, and I'm going to make way more money than the people that's doing this. Most of these jobs, you're going to be on call 24/7. That's interesting. Then you got vulnerability management. Vulnerability management got more jobs than SOC analysts, and you make more, and you're not on call. So all the people on SOC analysts, I'm like, people on there just lying to everybody. GRC, another 200 jobs. This just last week, and it's like this on every job platform that I've looked at. Let's see. This a pretty good video. Top 6 AI movies. I'm kind of a movie buff. You know, if you see it in the movies, it's probably gonna happen or about to happen. I remember back in the days, I was a big Star Trek fan, and back when you look kid, Jetsons and all that stuff, like, none of that stuff had never happened. Now it's like everything that's on the Jetsons and what's on Star Trek, it's like we got it now. You know, from Zoom calls to video calls and stuff like that. Let's see what else we got. So I put the list. I think the guy list he had. Let me see. Do you got the list? I put the list in the chat. Like, it was a pretty good video. It was a really really good video. And look, in all the movies, so I asked ChatGTP. I said, "Hey, give me a list of all the AI movies are in the real world that came true." Her, we know her. This crazy fool was in love with an AI and had a relationship. Yeah, we've seen this. People like, did it never happen? Nah, nah. X Machine. That's a pretty interesting, crazy movie. You know, they pretty much came true. They got the robots and the Tesla stuff, and people be like, Terminator will never come true. Well, they just unleashed drone robots walking around robots in Ukraine to kick down doors and go do their thing because they say it's saving soldier lives and stuff. So that one, AI, artificial intelligence, partially real. Like I said, some stuff they still working out some of the kinks. Minority Report, everybody know that says Palantir. That's the new Palantir. Everybody know that, but they say, oh, that could never happen. Eagle Eye, that's easy. That's just basic surveillance. That's super easy. That's an old good movie too. Social Dilemma, same thing. Pretty much AI manipulating humanity and stuff like that. Privacy Laws, that was a good one too. Everybody know about the Matrix. That's always an interesting movie. Transcendent nanotechnology, neuron uploading your consciousness. It's a guy named Walter O'Brien. He working on that. He said, yeah, they pretty much figured it out. They can download your brain, your conscious. What they do, they put that neuron link thing on your head, and then they get to doing it. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting in the neuron link. Like I said, I'm gonna be like I said, hey, I can't wait to throw my phone away. To get off. That's just me. Right now, I'm making a little money before everything happens. iRobot. People said that'll never happen. Now we starting to see it. China. I know most of seen the robots that was cutting flips and doing kung fu. They went from stumbling around and can't even walk in like 2 years to like kung fu, cutting flips, kicking people, shooting guns. I said, well, that escalated fast. Blade Runner, that's another old movie back in the days. Humanoid robot, no, that was a big thing. I think about 2-3 years ago. Amazon was selling a lot of this stuff, and they got a lot of backlash, so they kind of went under the radar. That was crazy. Artificial girl. That's yeah. I'm glad I'm married. I got me a real woman. You know, she's not an artificial intelligence. You know, whatever. Let's see what else we got. This is a pretty good YouTube channel right here. So they said that every simulation, the AI always choose to recommend shooting nukes at each other in the war games to kill everybody. They say almost every simulation, this goes on, and it's been a whole bunch of white papers. Let's see, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I might give y'all this. So these some of the white papers out there, experiments that a lot of people doing in the wild behind closed doors, and these papers are public too. It's just that they're not even really mainstream media. Like say for instance, the graph, it went from AI scaling like every year, then it went from like 6 months to 8 months. Now they saying AI is capability is doubling like every 3 to 4 months. And they said that just happened just like within the last 6 months. All right, that's that on that. And that's pretty much it on that, people. Let's see. I gotta see how to unshare my screen.
My boy been busy.
But yeah, that's
Grinding.
that. Got any questions, observations, concerns, what's thoughts?
No, I like the Upwork thing that you put out because I've been like messing around a lot with OpenClaw, and like it's a great tool. But the thing that I've noticed, at least at this stage, is that it's like a person that's not too technical was gonna have a lot of problems because me consider myself a technical person. I was still I've been going to sleep like 3 to 5 a.m. like the past week, just setting up OpenClaw. And I literally just got it up and running like a few days ago. Like I have like 4 agents running, doing a couple things that I'm working on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard, and that's a great opportunity because I also, while I was researching it, people already have like their own SaaS like for like helping set up for OpenCloud. Like they're putting already like their revenue, getting like 1,500 to even I saw this guy making like 5,000 a month already, just like as a consulting for like setting up OpenCloud, which is like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's always a business that's gonna come up, and if you capitalize it, especially on the new stage, that's when you can make that money.
Yeah. I remember some of the guys I was talking said, man, open cloud. People was like, oh, it's crap. I was like, look, open cloud, it may be unsecure. I said, but it can get easily secure. I said, somebody gonna pick that up. I said, that thing can do pretty much anything. Then all of a sudden, the guy shared the company for billions of dollars. I said, I saw it. I'm like, that thing is crazy. But like he's saying, is it beginner friendly to get it download, but to get it actually set up, oh, that's a different story. You pretty much gotta vibe code it and put it in Google Anti-Gravity and chat GTP back and forth and wrestle with it and try different LLMs without running your bill up. So yeah, it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
a wrestle. But once you do, you learn so much about the pipeline and how to hook up stuff and how to scale. Like you learn so much in that process. So when you go
Oh
to a
yeah.
company or when a company asks you to hook it up, you're like, oh yeah, you almost know everything gonna go wrong, how long it's gonna take you, what's gonna happen. So that's all part of the process. But yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah, because the main reason why I've been researching a lot about it and like all the sleepless nights is because like this, everybody had the same story. Like, oh, I just spent like $1,000 on tokens, like because they just installed it and just let it run wild. And obviously I didn't want that. So I was like researching a hybrid mix of like free local LLMs with
Yeah.
also cloud ones, but without running the bill too crazy. So right now I'm running it only on $30 a month, and it's super efficient because I have it running like it's a hybrid mix of like local versus like like the cloud LLMs.
Kind of taking
And
some of the
but
bill.
yeah, again I had to like do a lot of research on that. So
Yeah. That's the same way how we doing it too. We got like certain stuff like local, certain stuff in house. And the best way to secure it too is just keep it local and keep it not public facing. That's the best way to do it. Like don't public face it at all. Only people that get access to it in your in their network can even see it, scan it on the port. But the moment
yep.
if you let it open or put it public facing, man, they got bots out there waiting to catch you slipping to get in there
Hmm.
and hacking. They just waiting. They just waiting to catch you
Yeah.
slipping. So I'm talking about they literally be scanning like every second. But yeah.
Yeah, so this dude got hacked, but the reason how he got hacked is because he had his open clock connected to his Twitter, and
Ooh.
then people were doing the cross prompt injection through Twitter to his bot. So like it's crazy that the way that you can, if you don't have it secured to like the different endpoints, they can just easily access everything like on your computer. So there's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of ways that you need to secure in order for it to be like to not things like that not happen to you.
Yeah. Now I think the guy he teamed up with a lot of the he teamed up with a lot of the big hacker one guys. So they working out the kinks. They almost doing updates like daily, like
Oh yeah,
securing it and
yeah.
like doing different ways how to
In
do
one
it.
week, I think they did
Yeah.
like 4 updates in 1 week.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. It's good because like like out of the gate, the it's a great tool, but like yeah, like you said, it's not 100% secure, and it's a lot of other things that they're working on. But once they get all of like what I really think is gonna happen, since he like partnered in a way with OpenAI, they're probably gonna build like its own version just for like the
Yeah.
non-techie people. That's what
Yeah.
definitely is gonna happen in the next like 3 months or so. So
Yeah.
once that happens, it's game over.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Like it's pretty easy to secure stuff these days. Back in I would say even 2 years ago, it was very hard to secure stuff. I would even say even a year ago. But now since all these new LMMs come out, man, you can get in there, put it in one of those, uh, put it in Google Anti-Gravity or one of those other cloud. It can go in there and just machine gun that baby and just hook that baby up. Just hook it up. You just got to manually test it to make sure it's not. Yeah, everything's secure. Like, tell me how it's secure. All right, make me a test to secure it. All right, show me the log showing that you secured it. All right, show me how you secured it. All right, I'm gonna do some manual tests to make sure it's actually secured. And that's pretty much how we test it. Then once you kind of go back and forth with it like that, like okay, this thing actually secure. I even secured mine a few times that it was too secure I couldn't even use it. So I said, all right, I need you to remove some of this Remove that. You locked it down too hard over here. Oh yeah, I did lock it down. I ain't want you to get in or nobody to get in. Well, I need to use this, so I need you to take this off and take that off. Then you kind of be able to do what you need to do. But like I said, and I think the people that know how to secure the AIs, they're gonna make a lot of money. And the way how we learn how to code back in the days is different now. And even the guy that sold Open Cloud, he said, hey, I code different now. He said it's way different from when I used to code even a year ago. And I think that's what a lot of people get hung up on. They kind of fearful, like, hey, just start vibe coding, and once you start getting there and play with it and take a few courses or something to see how they actually create all the stuff, you learn a lot. Because it's a few people actually buying the course and they like, man, I didn't even know all this stuff was possible. Like I tried to find this stuff on YouTube, I couldn't find, like I said, some of it's on YouTube, but the in-house stuff, no, it's not on YouTube. How to hate it, because what it is, it's like a multi-step prompt process. How you got to do, like you know how it is. If you feed the LLM too much information, it'll just start doing crazy stuff. So you got to pretty much say, hey, we're gonna take baby steps. But yeah, anybody got any questions? Anything you want to say? Sure.
Anybody installed OpenClaw yet, or has done anything with it yet?
Not
I
yet.
installed. It's a genie sitting in the VM right now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, I haven't installed it
And
yet.
I installed the Ubuntu, and then I started with the OpenClaw installation, but before that I created like a isolated repository and everything. And then it was asking more permissions. Then I was like, okay, I have to go back and see what all you need. But it's completely sitting in a very containerized right now.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
people putting it inside a Docker container too. It's like a Docker container. It's like a VM machine, but it's like
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah. A lot of people putting it inside a Docker container for
Yeah,
like an
but
extra layer
for
of
those,
security.
you have to secure it even more because out of the
Yeah.
box, the Docker is not secure. So I think the best way
Right.
to do,
Right.
you really want to play with it, and if you have it, just
Hmm.
find like an old dusty laptop. 'Cause that's what I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
first. I just found like an old laptop I had never plugged in. I didn't turn on like in years.
Yep.
Throw it in there. I'm not logged into anything. Nothing's connected to anything,
I
and then
agree.
just
Yeah.
try it that way. I play with
I,
it for a little bit, and then I have another MacBook Pro, like a little more beefier computer that I don't also use. It's not my personal either, and then I'm running it on that now. So I'm playing with it because like eventually I want to build up to like get a really good computer to run just straightly local models. But in due time, because like I rather spend money like now and like figuring things out rather than later when I know what I'm doing and the money that I'm spending it's well spent to like do my workflows and do what it is that I wanted to do, like for it to run on. But yeah, just try it out and play it out. Just
I
make sure
agree.
you're doing it safely.
What's
I
the LLM model that you used? I know this is very basic question. That's the
Mm.
first setup also. But I was planning to use initially OpenAI, but I deleted the OpenAI completely now. Uh, now I switched to Gemini. That's an API endpoint that I gave. But what
Mm.
LLM model are you?
So the right now I have a few of them, but like so basically I have my main agent, and then that agent I have a coding agent, and then I have a search agent. So like the
Nice.
brains, for the brains I'm using actually OpenAI because since Claude they banned OpenAI, you can still use your regular GPT subscription, your Codex subscription
Mm.
for OpenAI. So I have that as a brains because I had another free LLM, which this was actually pretty good for search. I've been using it for that. It's a Kimi K2, but not the regular Kimi K2 from Moonshot. It's the NVIDIA version of it. So the search for NVIDIA NIM Kimi K2, and you just have to create an account and then download an API. It's free, and I've been running that like for probably like over 2 weeks and haven't hit any rate limits so far. So it's actually pretty good. And then I got another $10 for the Minimax, and that's what I'm using to code. That's my coder agent. So I have like my main agent just spawns whatever agent I want depending on the task that I ask it to do.
That's good. That's good, man.
It's brilliant.
And then
That's
yes,
good.
again like on $30 a month, I'm running this whole thing, and I've already
Yeah.
created a bunch of apps and like my workflow, and like now the new thing that I'm having to do is like I created like this two weeks job sprint console to like look for jobs. So like I'm working the kinks out, but it's basically gonna like get all the information of like recruiters and other stuff or jobs, and then put it in this console, and then create like this 14-day workflow of like applying, messaging, and then heading them up, and like a bunch of other stuff. It's just like top level surface things.
You've
But
been grinding
yeah,
over there. That's good.
yeah,
Mhm.
man. I'm telling you, I've been like the past week. I've been going to sleep like 3 to 5 a.m. Like my wife is gonna divorce me. At this point.
Hey
But
man,
she
keep
knows.
putting in
Like,
that work. Keep putting in
yeah,
that
she knows, man. I said she's been with me for 10 years. This
Oh, she
year,
ain't going
she knows
nowhere.
that she ain't going nowhere. But
Th-
it's been like she knows that when I sit her down, I'm like, hey, babe, I let her know how it is. Like I'm gonna be grinding for a little time, so that means I'm gonna still do everything that we need to do at the house with the kids. But after that, it's grind time. So after 10, 11 p.m. all the way to 3 to 5 a.m. So but she knows.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty. Yeah,
Yeah.
like now, what you're saying is it's actually correct. Like I said, we using the Codex 2.5, and like I said, some of the basic stuff. Like I said, we kind of use some of the in-house local LLMs too. Like I said, because it's just cheaper that way, and you're only using the Codex.
Yeah.
Because Codex, it's one of the best coding agents. It's even better than Claude to me. It's just gonna
Mhm.
cost you a little money,
Yeah.
but it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, for coding definitely, but that's why because like I didn't want to use because you don't want to use just the same LLM to do everything because that's how your rate limit goes up. So you kind of want to like diversify how it does things. But like I was using at first the NVIDIA NIM Kimi K2 one, Kimi K2.5 as the brains.
Yeah,
But that mug was super stupid. Not super stupid, but it was like stupid for what I was doing it. Like
yeah.
it would like not send me the cron jobs or it will like I had this back and forth with it at one point because it was like when I was messaging it, it will give me back like the message like a big chunk wall of text. I'm like, hey, listen, like, do I just space it out, make it prettier? Like, I don't know what you're telling me. Say, okay, yeah, I remember it. And I'm like, okay, so create a skill because you create skills and then that way to remember things. So like create a skill so you won't forget this. And like skill created. And then it'll be fine for two, 3 messages. But after the fourth one, they'll go back to the wall text. I'm like, what the? So then I switched the braids to Codex and I'm like, it's like super like it's like night and day compared to the free version of it. I'm like that, but that's what you get for free.
Yeah, that's pretty
But
cool.
for doing research, it's pretty good. The
Yeah.
free one that I'm using, because it's literally just going on the web and like looking for data and just spitting it back to me.
That's what's up. That's
Sorry,
what's up.
my kids are screaming in the background. You just can hear it.
It's cool.
They're
It's
not
cool.
they're not getting killed. They're just playing.
It's
As
cool.
long as
It's
you don't
cool.
hear no glass break, you good.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
no, they just like to like scream and play the whole day. It's like 3 of them. So yeah.
Anish, I got a question for you. I remember you made a comment on one of the posts I made. You were saying that the honeypot deception stuff. You were saying that it's expensive and it take a lot for companies to do it. Like so, what have you seen on your end?
Yeah, so honeypot is one of the security control as part of the NIST 853, right? So whenever we run a assessment, it is absolutely one of the control that come up with, either go ahead and implement or take the risk, accept the risk. So most of the organization, including the organization that which I'm working right now, they kind of flex on it like they are okay. That's the least priority at this point,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, maybe there is a sandbox environment like that. But I think uh, it's expensive in terms of setting up the whole
Mm-hmm.
environment and everything. And I think also there are vendors these days bringing up tools that which is more efficient than the traditional honeypot system.
Mm-hmm.
So they have more sort of tactics in terms of defending and really creating like a segmented network and everything.
Oh yeah.
So the vendors are coming up with more better tools. So yeah, I have seen a lot of organizations step back in terms of that particular control and just take the risk. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I was saying the same thing too, because like you said, you got different levels of it. Like so, once you kind of get in the segmentation area, Like I said, it
Mm-hmm.
really works. You set up the fake APIs, the fake servers, the fake
Yeah.
logs and data and stuff and passwords. But like I said, for most companies, it's expensive. But how
Right.
vibe coding is now, you can pretty much vibe code all that, and that's pretty much how a lot of the governments do that. Because I've talked to a few government guys say, yeah, we use super sophisticated honeypot deception systems. That's how we
That's
really
coming from the
secure.
vendors, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that's how we
Yeah.
really secure and keep a watch on all our stuff. Like even if the hacker get in, he may be in a fake honeypot world thinking he in the real system, and then we can kind of take actions from there. He said, and he was like, that's one of the main ways how they kind of like even surveil the agents, the AI, and keep an eye on and log everything. He said, other than that, because it's kind of hard to do. He said, but now he was like, now he said we can just go in and just set it up. He said back, he said 2 years ago, he said it used to cost us so much money. We just said forget it. We're just gonna take the risk and then not even worry about it, just take the hit. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe if there is a freelancing prospectus, right? You can actually set this up for a fortunate like SMBs are still hit by a lot of breaches and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
if there is like a mini setup for honeypot, you can set up for like SMBs. That's like a quick bucks also, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, I think there is a opportunity in terms of selling this to
yeah,
the CISO.
yeah. So is it at
But
your company? Are y'all starting to play around with AI yet, or they still kind of easing into it, or what? Since the last time we talked,
no, so Canada have a completely different approach,
really?
like many of the EU and everything. So we are pulling back from a lot of American tech,
Okay,
and
I think
we
that's
are
smart.
building,
I don't feel
which
bad.
is
Don't worry. Come on, tell me more. So what's y'all take on it? Like, how do y'all handling all this stuff?
so I think the only thing that right now we know is that we are like doubling down on the LLMs in here, which is one of them is Cohere. If I don't know if you hear this or not, but yeah, homegrown LLM models are most in demand at this point.
Yeah,
So they are bringing them on board in terms of completely working with the defense and other federal agencies. I think this is sort of the same approach that even EU is taking. Like last, I think February first week or something, France banned Teams, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom, and a couple of other American tech from their government agencies. So they are also doubling down on native tools.
yeah.
So yeah,
No, I agree. I think the local homegrown LMM is the safest route because you got control of it. You can have it in house. You can pretty much customize it, and there's actually a lot of jobs for that. And it's actually pretty easy to fine tune and make your own LMM, and it's pretty cheap
right,
now to how to do it. But like I
yeah,
said, yeah. But no, I think that's a really safe way because having your LMM native as a big company, I wouldn't trust it. You better not.
yeah,
You better not. But a lot
yeah.
of companies they starting to do, like I said, local. They starting to take a lot of the open source ones and then fine tune it and then put it deep embedded in the house and give people access to it or have them download that version on their laptop or their work environment.
Yeah, and the way they are onboarding these companies, homegrown companies, is also a different track at this point. They know that Canadian federal agencies have a lot of legacy systems and enclaves and everything. So it will be too much. When a new tech company comes in, when they see the whole layout, it's like this is the old legacy sort of enclave, right? So they are onboarding it as like let's work together hand in hand. So there is a lot of private federal government partnership happening at this point. So it's good to see that. And so yeah, I think I will be also focusing mainly on that area in the sense more on the native tools.
Yeah, it's
That's where more the opportunity is.
yeah, it's actually pretty easy. There's actually a a lot of jobs. It kind of fall. I think it kind of fall in that the AI engineering section, where it's pretty much most of those jobs. It's like pretty much doing what you're saying, doing like the homegrown LLMs and kind of getting away from all the third parties and supply chain tools and stuff. Because they trying to figure out a way. Hey, how can we keep control and keep our data and stay in control of our stuff?
Right. So that's another momentum which is happening, right? Digital sovereignty. That's a huge thing these days in Canada as well as the EU and other nations, that they want the data to reside within the Canadian soil. So that momentum is also happening a lot, and it is reflecting in many of the existing contracts and agreements also. So yeah, they are focusing mainly on these two aspects right now.
Yeah. No, I think it's the best way to go. I've been kind of saying it from the beginning to try to have everything local and home grow it. If not, you're gonna leave it. You're gonna be in an AI war with all your data. Somebody selling it or doing something with it or something. Like I said, because it's gonna be interesting to see what their DeepSeek version 4 gonna be like. They saying it's gonna be better than Claude in Codex 5.3. I said, man, if that thing better than Codex 5.3 and 5.2 and Claude, and it's not gonna have guardrails, that's gonna be like giving everybody a nuclear weapon. It's crazy. I was like,
I won't be surprised if the model is far uh, efficient. It's China.
yeah,
Uh,
I wasn't surprised if it got some kind of weird backdoor in it too.
they are 10 years ahead of the
Yeah,
whole thing. They have more
yeah.
data than we can imagine.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try it out, but definitely gonna proceed with caution. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna hook it up to my open claw and see what that baby can do. But it's definitely gonna be in a sandbox. It's gonna be in a
Yeah.
VM machine. Inside that VM machine, gonna be in a Docker container. It's gonna be a kill switch, everything.
Yeah.
Nah, shoot. Anybody else got any questions or anything you want to say?
I think just to share with the group one thing that I've been working on. I have a friend. He owns a insurance company, and he's got 45,000 agents.
Wow.
And one of the bottlenecks that they've been having, well, it's not really a bottleneck, but it's just an area of improvement with the company, is cold calling. And nobody likes doing cold calling. And but that's how they generate a lot of their lead. Well, they take their leads and then they cold call them out. So I've been actually putting together a system with 11 labs
Mm-hmm.
and creating an agent that will automatically handle their cold calls for them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I've been working on for the last like 2 weeks. But pretty excited about that.
That's
Um,
cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's dope.
it's coming along pretty
So,
good. You got it figured out yet? You got it on NAN or Make, or you gonna do the Python SaaS version? Or you gonna what's
I'm
your
probably gonna do it through Python. Like the biggest thing right now is just like really understanding what happens on that outbound call, because obviously you're cold calling out. There's a lot of things that could happen. So
yeah
really, just the last week has just really been gathering information, what those calls looks like, listening to some of those calls, so the agent can. Because again, with 11 Labs, like I've heard a lot of their incoming is really really good. Like their customer, like if you call
yeah
customer service, like it's really really good. You probably wouldn't even, you're literally going to think you're talking to a human.
mm-hmm
Outbound's a little bit different, especially cold calling. So just last week has just been a lot of information gathering, and then probably this next week I'll really start putting everything together. But yeah, that's what I've been working
man,
on,
Yeah.
but really excited about that.
that's
Since you
good, bro.
told that, last week I was getting this HR robocalls, right? Like the bot calls, and it was so strange. HR recruitment is completely like in a very limbo state. So the way they were talking was, it's very cold. In the sense that it's keep on talking. So the first question that I asked it, please confirm that, are you a robot or a bot or AI generated something? Then it said, yes, I confirm. And then it started asking its set of questions. If I try to cut in between, it will not allow you. It will just keep on talking. So,
Yeah, I've seen different ones. So like this one, you can modify it. You can change whether it's allowed to be interrupted. You can change the accent. Like this
Yeah.
one was legit. When I first heard it, I was like, oh snap. Like that's kind of
Yeah.
what gave me the idea. And yeah, this one you really couldn't tell. Like I even had to do some research. I'm like, do I have to tell them this is an
Hmm.
AI agent? Because without me telling them, I don't think a person would know. Because
Yeah.
it puts the ums, the ahs. You can give it a down. Like, so what will happen is depending on where it's calling out, it'll have that sort of accent. So if it's calling someone in the south, it'll have like a down south accent. If it's calling someone from up north, I'll give it like an up north accent. It'll use different vocabulary. It'll call with different numbers. So you probably not gonna know.
So you
So
got
it's like,
system constraints in place for like, let's say for example, you got one for like each state to put the system constraints based on the accent and things like that.
yeah, so so the auto dialer based, like if it's calling someone in California, it's going to use a number in California. If it's calling someone in Texas, it'll use a number in Texas. Calling someone in Florida, use a number in Florida, and then it'll, based on what number it's using, will determine the accent that it's using. Also, just like based on, because again, like I'll have quite a bit of information on the lead. So like I also want to know, like I'm asking a company and I'm getting their stats right now. Like, okay, does a woman versus a male, like which one has a better closing ratio? My first initial guess was probably a woman. I don't know for sure. I don't want to just guess on it. So I want to see what the stats look like. So based on like what the stats look like from the company, it'll just tailor to that.
Nice.
Also, I was thinking that if you happen to get the call, the recording of the best sales agent, how are they closing the deal? Like, is there anything that you can use it for the agent, right? So they may have their own structure or style of closing the deal in that particular industry, right? So you're basically training based on that rather than just closing a deal, right? In the other
Correct.
industry, right?
Yeah.
Something
So what I did
like
was I've
feeding the
been
brain.
gathering calls exactly like what you're saying, and then I ran it through and just um, uh, what is that called? Took the not the lyrics. Well, I don't want to say lyrics. The
A
The
transcript.
transcript. Uh-huh.
transcript of all the calls, and then I ran that through AI. So again, using commonalities, what works, what doesn't work. So kind of just like what you're saying. So just to optimize it even more.
Yeah.
So it's a great one. Like it's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
I honestly I think it'll work because I remember probably about 5-6 months ago, 11 Labs was trying to hire me to set up exactly what you're talking about, and I think I told some of y'all about this interview, and I was like, so what? So no, kind of getting their pain points and what's going on, what they're trying to do. They was pretty much saying, hey, the government. We pretty much got all the contracts with the government. I was like, okay, what you gonna be doing with the contract? What's going on? I was like, we gonna automate anything they got to do with an outbound call, voice, or inbound call. I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. He said, but we're gonna need your help create some of it and do some audits on it. I was like, so what y'all technology y'all working with? He was telling us different stuff. He was like, yeah, we got some of it set up. He said, but most of it's not secure. I was like, hold on, so y'all already got this? Like, yeah. He said a lot of the stuff. He said it's pretty successful program. A lot of people don't know. Like we do a survey after the call and be like, hey, did you know you was talking to AI? They said, I think it was said over 80% said no, they didn't know. I was like, oh wow, that's a big percentage, 80%. I was like, what kind of AI? He said, yeah, most of these are not for the public yet. He said, but we're gonna start releasing them. He said they pretty advanced. But he pretty much said, he said they told me they're trying to complete their project in like the next year or two to pretty much get any kind of talking job from the government, like cold calling, inbound, out call, customer service, rep stuff like that, sales. They said they trying to automate all that. Yeah, they actually
Mhm.
doing it. Exactly what you're talking about. They say use Vampy sometimes, just
Yeah.
kind of like a fallback. And he asked, what you think about NAN? I said NAN is good for small business, but once you try to scale it, it gets to breaking because it's too many requests. Your rate limit is going too fast at the same time. So he's like, okay. He like, yeah. He said we tried it. He said, but yeah, that's pretty much the problem we was having too. And like you saying, the cutoff stuff like that. But it came a long way just within the last 6 months to a year. But what you doing, Ty? You heading in the right direction. like I said, you definitely
Yeah,
headed in the
they're
right direction.
even their old
Hey,
model.
Ty, have you integrated any kind of a observability layer,
Yeah.
you know, to monitor the drift or anything?
Yeah.
No, I'm not even to that stage yet. I'm
Oh,
still in
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm
Ty,
really
it's actually
Okay.
pretty. It's actually pretty easy to do. Like you pretty much vibe code that too. Like exactly what he just said. Say, hey, I want to integrate X, Y, Z, and be like, all right, what just happened? I had no clue what you just did. You need to, tell me what. Pretty much exactly what he just said. That's pretty much how we do it. We do it just like this. Like we don't know how to do that. Then somebody be like, let's see if we can vibe code it. Does this even exist? Oh, this exists already? How? Okay, this exists. Then you pretty much do it like that.
Yeah, I think my main thing, it's not really the technical thing that I'm too worried about. Like, I'm pretty sure I can figure that out, get help with that. It's
Hmm.
more of I want to really nail the psychological standpoint of it because I want to like double their increase
Yeah.
rate. Because, a lot of people, they're nervous. They're going to be like, whoa, is my closing ratio going to go down? Yada, yada, yada. So it's got to be, in my opinion, it has to be double. The closing ratio has to be twice as good as a human. So like,
Yeah.
I'm really trying to nail like the psychological side of it and then putting the technical part, like I really don't foresee that really being an issue, to be honest with you. So I really want to nail that because if it's like if my closing ratio is like double and you don't have to make the calls and there are like it integrates with their CRM already, like it just needs to be like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So like the agents just automatically transfer over.
You say it says more cold calling, correct?
Say that again.
I say you say it's more cold calling, correct?
Yeah. So what happens is like initially what the agent does, they pay for the lead. The lead comes in, they cold call the lead, and then they're not trying to sell on that call. All they're doing is try to book an appointment. So there's no need for an actual agent to be on there. You're
Yeah.
not really closing. You're just gathering a couple pieces of information and then pushing them to a call that they will actually be closed on. So, and again, as a human, you only can dial so many numbers, but this way, like I can scale it to whatever number you want to. So, like
Yeah.
most agents, their goal is to call 100 people a day.
Man.
Well, once the system's dialed in, it just depends on how much you want to pay. But again, if mathematically it makes sense, if it costs you $1 to make 5, well, it's a no-brainer. Now it just
Yeah.
becomes on how much you want to spend.
Yeah.
So an agent that calls 100 people, like you could scale that to 1,000, and it's not a problem, and the closing ratio still stays the same. So like the
You
numbers
get your
get kind
money
of
back.
stupid putting it together.
That's good. Look, all us been quiet. I said, I've been Ty working on some. He been quiet. I've been quiet. Albert working on some. Anisha working on some. Juan Carlo, I said, everybody must be grinding, doing some kind of secret take over the Pinky in the Brain, take over the world project. Like, yep.
Yeah, I'm actually building a safe agent like a validator. So basically, what you'll do is it'll test it against everything. So I added like phase 2, the MITRE Atlas, MITRE framework attack, and I'm actually include some attack scenarios. And then also with my job, we use a platform called Attack IQ. So they do like attack simulations. They started doing like AI stuff. So they was doing a presentation last week, and I was talking to Trey about it. I was like, Trey, I was sending him the screenshots. I'm like, look, I'm gonna take all their shit because they ain't even build it out yet. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the scenarios that they have, I'm gonna put it into my safe agent base, and then include a couple of games. And then I just seen a job from American Express regarding like an AI engineer. So I'm gonna do a project on that, and then take what I just built into it, and then see like what tests they have, so we could just make it like safe. So that's what I'm gonna be doing like going forward. Because now I got like a AI security mindset. Like whenever I'm building out an agent, think about like an agent, validator, test, and runner. Like those are the 4 things that I look for when building out an agent. So yeah, it's coming along, but I started using anti-gravity, and I got hooked ever since.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
one of the things kind of like Albert is saying, like after I did those 30 projects for me, I was like, okay, like I know how to solve problems. Like at that point, it became like, okay, let me go find some problems to solve because it's easy to get caught up. Like I need to know more. I need to know more. I need to know
Oh,
more. But
Okay.
yeah.
I really think we're in this stage where like I don't know how long some of this stuff is gonna last. So like there could be a skill right now. Like if you're doing this at all, even if you're on this call, you know way more than most people know. Like that's what I've found. Like I'm like, dang, because nobody's doing this. So you might have
Absolutely.
you might have a skill set that honestly maybe you just learned it and you think like I don't really know anything. Like you know more than a lot of people right now. And it's like you can take that skill set like right now and go start making money doing that. Because
Absolutely.
I don't know, like in 6 months from now, AI might be doing all of that. I don't know.
Mhm.
So for me, it was like, okay, let me go start trying to solve some problems and make a little like let me make some bread real quick. Cause I'm just sitting back and doing all like just learning to be learning. That's great. But like why not like make some bread in the process? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So again, there's a lot of very smart people on here. And even if you're on here, you're smart for being on here. So like I would implore everybody to like go find a problem and come up with some sort of solution for it because there's just so many people got problems and it's so easy to solve. Well, even if it's just basic automation, don't even have to be agentic AI. Like basic automation,
Mm-hmm.
most companies do not know how to do that. And
And
if
they,
you can go into a company and you can show them either how to make money or save money, they will pay you for that. Like
oh yeah.
it's a very easy sell. Like if you go into a company and say like, okay, I'm going to show you how to make an extra $1,000, pay me 300. Well, who wouldn't do that? So
Exactly.
it's like the bigger the problem you can find, like if you can find a company and let's say you help them generate $10,000 extra a month, that's $10,000 that they don't have.
Mhm.
So it's like, what's that worth? I mean, you pick your number. Like if you come to me and be like, as a business owner, I'm like, I can help you bring in an extra $10,000, but it's gonna cost you $5,000. Okay, bet. Let's go. Let's run it. That makes sense.
I know, right? Yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely a thing, like you said, what you saying, what Albert saying, what Carlos, what Anisha saying. Like you said, even what Anisha saying, that approach, companies are actually taking that route because it's just kind of safer and it's cheaper. Because what a lot of people noticing, the third party tools, the prices are getting so ridiculous and
Mhm.
crazy that
Yeah.
the company's like, man, let's just build our own LMM. It's very simple. That's just having a house and we own the data. We don't have to worry about it. That's actually one of the safest ways to do it. But like you said, what you were saying, Ty, companies, you go to them with any kind of automation. They happy to have you because there's really no people that know how to do it. Like I was just showing y'all like the jobs and availability and what they actually looking for. They pretty much looking for exactly what we've been talking about. You saw the gaps of numbers 5,000 versus 800. That's a big gap. And in the next 2 years, it's going to get bigger. I think we got a good. I'd say we got a good 2 to 10 years to make a lot of money. After that, after 10 years, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm gonna already be retired and gone, hiding somewhere in the mountains somewhere. But after 10 years, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm
I
gonna be
agree.
off the internet, no cell phone. No, so I'm gonna be like Sally say, I'm done with the internet, my cell phone. I may go back to a flip burner phone, maybe. Or the old,
Pigeon
you guys
couriers.
remember that old big box
Money under
Nokia
the
phone?
mattress.
Yeah, money under
I
the
was just
mattress,
thinking
couple
about
of
that the
gold
other day.
coins, the gold and silver coins,
Yeah.
money in the
Sending pigeon
wall.
couriers.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Because it's sheesh. No, like I said, it's a lot of smart people on this call. Like it's a lot of doers, and it's definitely a different quality of mindset. And like I said, you can tell. Like we got a bunch of go getters. Like, hey, let's help prepare family for the future and do something to make this thing better and come a solution instead of a problem, and make some money in the process and then disappear.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think one of the things
And
that's going to work in our
also,
favor is
go
so
ahead.
I believe the technology is going to be here way before the adoption happens. So like
Oh
just take like
yeah.
self-driving cars. Like self-driving cars have been around for a while, but
Mm-hmm.
that still hasn't been massively adopted. Like I don't know if you guys have looked into these robo taxis that Elon got coming out. Like they're about to like completely change the game. So
Yeah.
the technology and it's my belief that will be here. A lot of it is already here, but in the next 18 to 24 months. Now I think what's going to give us a little bit more time is like the rate of adoption tends to be
Adoption. Yeah.
slower.
Yeah, adoption.
So again, that's gonna those of us that go in knowing this stuff, it's just gonna buy you a little bit more time. But
Mhm.
again, just the fact that you guys are on this call, that you're in this group, like learning and growing, like you're just so much ahead of everybody else. Because honestly, most I don't understand why, and I tell Trevino this all the time. Like I'm like, bro, what is wrong with everybody? Like, why are they like not seeing this coming? Because it to me, and this is just my opinion, it's like this big tsunami's coming and nobody's even paying attention. Like they don't even see it coming. And then, like just the fact you're on this call, like I know you guys are aware of it, so you're ahead of everybody else.
And then
And some
also,
people are in denial about it.
yeah, and also too, you want to still you want to have a security mindset as well. Like when you building out these agents, before you build it out, have a security mind frame. Like, all right, how can I secure this all around the board before we even push it out to production? So making sure it's safe, making sure it's not even having prop injection first, because that's going to be like the main thing, especially when you're running out these agents. Like yesterday at my job, we just integrated open AI with healthcare. I work at MSK, so they was just like, all right, we got down to 30 like queries with ping ID. So they was like, all right, Albert, take a look at it. I'm like, all right. I went in ChatGPT. I'm like, all right, let me look at the spreadsheet. I was like, all right, give me, because they was like, what we should focus on. I said we should focus on data leakage and prompt
Hmm.
injection. Those two, because nobody really, not really even talking about it at my job. They crap on it so much, but I'm just like, y'all don't understand. We're not safe either. As cybersecurity people, we are not safe. So people need to stop like playing around. So what I did yesterday was, okay, I picked out the top 10, included everything with the prompt injections and things like that. But I'm taking it seriously because I already know this is part of the future. Like I even talked to a recruiter. They was trying to reach out to me a job in the UAE for an AI security job. But he was telling me, he was like, you like way ahead of this. So like Ty was saying, we we really ahead of this, and like don't be afraid to like learn it and put yourself out there. Like on LinkedIn, just talk about it, talk about your journey. Like don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Do
that's
I
not
good.
think
be afraid
too,
to put yourself out there.
the great thing about having a community like this, and shout out to Anon because I know he built something the other day and he sent it to me. I still haven't had a chance to look at it. I am going to look at it. But again, that's like the advantage of being in a group like this. I know, like when I first started, like Trevino was a huge help to me. He's still a huge help to me. But just having someone to like bounce ideas out, like don't be afraid to like, yo, like throw something in the group or send what you're working on to someone else. Like, yo, take a look at this, or like, how can I make it better? You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to do that because like I know Trevino, like he would do that with me. Like, okay, that's cool. Now do this. Now do this. You know what I mean? So you don't have to like you're not stuck on the island to do it yourself. And I think that's one of the greatest for me. That was like the biggest value of this group was being able to have that community, having Trevino to reach out to, having other people to reach out to kind of like bounce ideas out. Because what's going to happen, what I've noticed, what happens, like if you take a lot of what we talk to outside of here, people are going to tell you crazy. People are going to tell you this AI bubble. Like you're going to hear the most stupidest things in the world. And the only way you're going to eat, well, for me, I was like, that doesn't make any sense because I've done this with my own self. So you can't tell me it don't work. I've literally done it. So I started realizing like you can't if you start listening, and Trevino says this all the time. He's been saying this from the top of the mountain. You can't listen to what's out there because you're gonna get most people are going in the wrong direction. They just are. I don't know why, but they just
Yeah. It's a funny thing that you're saying that because I've like it's so crazy. Like I showed you guys, SOC analysts. We just saw SOC analysts only had 72 jobs versus all the other jobs with thousands and hundreds. That's just one example. Like I said, in the projects like me, my goal, and I've always been pretty good. It's like one of my superpowers to help people be the best version of themselves, not control them, because I sit back and I kind of see what that personality is, what are they most passionate about, what are they focus, what they brain is, and then help them amplify that thing and do it even better and faster, smarter, and save money and time. Instead of trying to guide them here and be like, all right, you want to focus on that? Let's go hardcore on that until we can't go hardcore no more. Now, if you're doing something crazy, I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. I just tell you. But most of the time, people pretty smart in this group. It just it just like, all right, how long it took you to do that? Oh, I was going back and forth with ChatGTP to oh no, you got to put everything in Google anti-gravity. That's gonna save you. Hold on, wait, what? Oh no, this is gonna save you hours. You're gonna go from 5 hours to like 15 minutes. But it's just little stuff like that because I'm kind of like in there and kind of see what's going on. Like I said, I'm like my personality. I want to see people grow. No, because everybody got different gifts. Like being a part of boards and councils and stuff, everybody gonna see stuff a little different, but you gotta have somebody in there to help people amplify their gifts without stomping and without pushing down their gifts and stuff. So and I don't know, I was just one of my superpowers. Like I said with Ty, Albert, and one color. All right, you want to go all in on that? All right, that's how we finna do it. Cause what you talking about? There's great potential. There's very, very great. Like Nisa said, hey, we going all in on LMMs and doing it homegrown, bro. Yes, I agree. I'm gonna need that myself. Ty, hey, we're gonna need somebody to be talking to all these crazy people because I don't like talking to people. Yes, I agree. Ty, get on that. I do not like talking to crazy people all day. One Carlos, hey, open claw. Yep, we still working on that too. Yep, you get on that since you're passionate about that. This is how you do it. And Albert, you in the hospital? Medical ain't going nowhere. We need to secure and automate all that. And it's just like that, and that's just what it is. Because like I said, and you want to have somebody like that. Because me, anybody that know me, I'm cool. I like to be cool with everybody, be family. I'm gonna treat everybody how I want to be treated. I can get in my Kanye sometimes, but don't pay no attention. you know, you know. But I like to kind of scream from the mouth, talk like, "Hey, you better get your act together, make a lot of money next 2 to 10 years. After that, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if Elon gonna unleash a robot or it's gonna be Skynet. I don't know. Just get ready and prepare just in case, because the AI wars are here and they are not going nowhere no time soon.
In 2 to 10 years, Elon's going to be on the moon and then
Man,
Mars.
see,
You're not going to have to
I,
worry about him.
I didn't want to say it. That's what I believe too. I just want to give people a little time because it was one interview because me and Ty we was talking about it and the guy said, "Hey, I just left Elon Musk warehouse. um, I just saw so many robots that were so advanced that we're not even gonna know Elon Musk for his cars. We're gonna know him for the robots he coming out with." He said, "I can't really say too much, but that's all I can say." I'm like, that's interesting. Because me and Ty, we were just talking about it. It's like, think about it. AI went from ChatGPT 3, where it's pretty much just advanced Google, to coding for you in 2-3 years. Now we went from Claude and Codex, from barely can vibe code something, to doing sit back, put one prompt, and just come back, drink you some coffee. Hold on, it just created all that, and it's actually working. What the heck just happened?
Yeah.
That's the best feeling.
Yeah, I noticed it too.
But what's scary is too, quantum around the corner.
Don't
Yeah.
get me started. All right,
It's gonna get even more crazy.
Yeah, that's when it gets crazy.
Or the public is around the
Subscription to
corner.
that is going to be like $1,500 an hour.
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
why I said if we
yeah,
start learning this stuff now, we'll be like 10 steps ahead of everybody. So
we are.
just
If you can get into it.
keep
We,
learning.
I
we
think
are.
one of the things that I would absolutely love to see from this group, because again, I know there's a lot of hungry people on here, is for, and I guess this comes from my competitive sports background or whatever, like everybody needs someone to like hold them accountable. Everybody needs people to like push them to the next level and drive
Yeah,
them.
absolutely. Yeah.
I feel like we live in a society where honestly most people are very, very soft. And they're like, oh, don't let me not say the wrong thing, and for me,
In
that
my
doesn't
country,
work,
they
right?
are.
And I've never seen a championship team where like that's the motto. Like if you're on a
Yeah.
team with like Jordan, like he's gonna hold you to a higher standard. If you're on a team with Kobe, he's gonna hold you to a higher standard. And in doing that, sometimes you're gonna say stuff that people really they may not like at the time and they may not understand. And I've always said, like, if you're a good coach or good mentor or even a good teammate, you're not looking for a yes man. You're looking for someone that's gonna hold you accountable because, and this is just my opinion, I think stuff is gonna no, I don't think stuff is gonna move so fast.
Yes.
We honestly all need to get our heads out of our ass and
Yes.
move. Like we all need
Yes.
like that
Amen.
fire lit, like because I see Elbert over there grinding, right? And I'm like, when I see that, I'm like, dang, I got to do more, right?
Yeah.
It's like that's the because again, whether you like the dude or not, like Elon, it doesn't matter. We like him or not. The dude has done like so much.
Yeah.
Like he's disrupted so many industries. It's crazy. But like
Yeah.
from personally knowing people that worked alongside of him, he's a savage. Like
Yeah.
if you're not a winner, you're not gonna be able to be around him. But if you are around him, like that stuff like seeps out and other people buy into that. Right. So if like Sally's out there getting it, Elber's out there getting it, Anon's out there getting it, and I know like I see them, they're posting stuff. I'm like, dang, I'm slacking a little bit. Like that forces everybody else to do more. Like, and it's not just in this. Like, here's the thing: like when you get this mindset of like I'm just going to be better, your whole life gets better. Like your relationships get better, your marriages get better, your relationship with kids get better, your bank account gets better. Like everything gets better all at once. Like when you make that decision, like I'm just going to be the best absolute human being I can be every single day. Like it seems obvious and we hear this stuff all the time, but like when you make that switch, like and it happens like so fast, like so fast. So like I would just implore everybody and encourage everybody to like put yourself out there in the group, put yourself out there on LinkedIn, like get active in the groups, get active on these calls. Like don't just sit on these calls. Like I know some of y'all got stuff going on, like speak up and just like let's go together. Because how dope would it be 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 18 months from now, we're all, I don't know, in some island, wherever Trevino's
Yes.
at.
Yes. Come on. Yes. I'll be waiting on you. I have the red carpet word out for you. You have to have a food spread.
Yes, like think bigger. Like I think the problem is like so many people we think too small. Like look around, like all the stuff that's happened in that time, it's like getting condensed. Like, what took someone like 10 years to do before, you can do that in like 3 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we gotta expand our thinking.
And then
Moon and Mars and this and that. We over here like, yeah. I think
And
y'all
then,
get what I'm saying.
and then there's the thing too. Me and Juan was talking about this, I think like 2 weeks ago. I said, look, if any of y'all have a project, I'm reposting it so y'all could get visibility to my
Yes.
network.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
care
Yes.
what you post, I'm gonna repost it. I don't care if
Yeah.
they get, oh, why he always reposting their project. I
Yes.
don't care. I'm here to support everybody in the group. So if
Yeah.
you
Same
posting a
thing.
project, I'm reposting it. I'm
Yeah.
liking
Yeah.
that reposting it. We give visibility to my network because you don't know what recruiters I know that could reach out to you. You could
That's
have a
true.
job, you could have a job land out, but people don't understand how you could utilize LinkedIn so much. It could help you so much, but people just utilize it the wrong way.
Yeah.
If you got a project you posting out, I'm like, all right, I see Todd doing something, I see Anand doing something, I see Juan doing something, I see Talisha doing something. I'm gonna post your project. I don't care what it is, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
read over it. I'm like, all right, it looks good. And then also as well, another thing, if you could find a way to improve your project, improve it.
Yeah.
Improve it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it one time. Just get those reps and like, all right, I could upgrade this, and that's how you get in your work experience too.
Yeah. And then when you do what Albert just talking about, you understand those projects even on a deeper level. You can talk about them so easy and so good. All right, Ty, like I said, go on, do your thing. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be heading down a little bit too. But yeah, like I said, that's what I do too. Anybody repost anything in the group, any project, like if it's a project, I'm gonna repost it. Especially you got a LinkedIn post. Like me and I was noticed. I said, okay, me and Albert got the same idea at the same time. I started reposting. Oh, that's a good project. Nope, I'm supporting. Go ahead, repost it, like it, put a comment on it. Cause like I said, think about it. we got to help each other out, because all the big wigs
Yeah.
in the least, they help each other out and keep everything in the family. So we got to keep the money and the thing in the rotation too, and get a part of the
Yeah.
get a part of everything too. You know, something before everything hit the fan.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be talking about more AI security stuff on my LinkedIn. Like I just told myself I'm going all in on it. Like I'm still doing cyber, but AI security is just like that's what I'm
It's
more.
big. It's
I'm
big.
passionate about it. I'm
It's
passionate about it.
big. Bro, I remember you told me about the one interview you went to. Say, yeah, the guy you went to say, yeah, I'm gonna lock it down with the top. He said that the guy at the company, he was like, "What's that?" I said, "Oh man, he don't know what that is." Woo! I said, "You can go in that company and take over, or you're gonna be in a poop storm. You're gonna be doing everything. It's gonna be one or the other."
Yeah, no, that's what it was. That's what it was at this point. And I knew I was like, yeah, they're gonna work you like a dog. Even though you quote unquote principal or staff, you don't you gotta know what you're getting yourself to at the end of the day because most of these job descriptions, like I went on an interview the other day, I wasn't really feeling the guy. And then he was just like, yeah, when we're here, they don't respect temps here. No, I was just like, all right, this ain't for me then. This is
So
this
he
is
was
this, this
shooting in the interview like that.
yeah, bro, that's probably. But his vibe was like how to catch a predator off Dateline.
Oh
So
no.
Oh yeah.
No, thank you.
Look,
Oh.
know what it was, Albert? He probably knew that you was gonna call him on that and expose us. He's
yeah,
like, I can't. Nah, we can't. Nah, this guy, he gonna sound the alarm.
because he was just his vibes. It was like for incident response because I was doing like a mini like project. I wasn't showing what was in our environment at the hospital. I was
Mm-hmm.
just taking screenshots of what I did, just learning on the fly. But he was just asking me all these questions, and I'm like, wait, y'all got all these projects going. This wasn't in the job description. And then that's what you got to be careful too when you're doing these
Yeah.
interviews. If everything ain't in that job description, it's okay. If it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit. It's okay to walk away.
Yeah.
It's okay to walk
Yep.
away.
Look,
Mm-hmm.
all money ain't good money,
Ain't
Good
good
money.
money. Show ain't.
and that's why I know, man. Andre, we talk. I said, man, I remember when before Andre had took the job, I was like, man, I like Andre, I would take. I said, but it's still kind of gambling. I was like, is your old job? They let you back? I said, cool. I said, cause some of these jobs can get kind of weird. Like I said, every
Mhm.
time the grass is not green on the other side, but you still don't want to miss an opportunity. Me, I'm a kind of gambler. I don't gamble money, but I'm like, all right, let's go for it. I can just go get another job or whatever. But like Albert was saying, you gotta interview them because it might not be a good fit. They might get in there. It might be a whole bunch of whole different culture in there, and they don't like the way you say huh or her or ain't, or you ain't got the right color, or you ain't with the right crew or the Illuminati. You ain't been to the Epstein Island, and they might not like you.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's so true.
And then one thing, they're not going to train you either. So you might
Nah,
as well use
Yeah, that's true
you
too.
might as well use ChatGPT to help you do your job effectively. I'm just telling you that right now
Mm-hmm.
because they're not going to train you. So don't go
yeah.
in there looking, oh, how you do it. Just learn it
Yeah.
yourself.
It,
Yeah.
it's it's a lot of people talk about that topic. Like, hey, entry level job. I like the definition of entry level job mean this is the definition or their meaning of entry level job. You only gonna be doing this much. Entry level job doesn't mean they're gonna train you. That no,
Mm-mm.
that don't mean that. No, that it means you only gonna have these responsibilities, and that's your responsibility. And bye. We're gonna see you later, and we don't care. You on your own. Like, hold on, you just gave me the keys to the kingdom, and I got to do this, and that's it. Yep. Bye. See you later. Send me a report Friday.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, like I said, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. We ain't got no more questions. I'm gonna jump off this call.
Hey, I have a quick question. So this
Sure.
week, it's not related to Agentic AI, but since I'm a software developer, that's my
Mhm.
current career. I got like three recruiters from the United States who contacted me just through my LinkedIn.
Hmm.
And okay, I was like willing to talk to them, so I called them up. And then in the conversation, uh, they asked me what is my current authorization status in the US to work, and I said, well, I'm a Canadian citizen. If I get the job, like job offer, I can get the TN visa in like 24 hours at the border. And they said like, well, we don't want to take a risk. Is there any workaround? I missed three like legit interviews just by this. The technical recruiter just didn't want to proceed with the actual interview because I'm in Canada. well, and US border is only 3 hours away for me, and I go to Spokane, Washington, to Unico to do grocery shopping once every 2 weeks. I'm
Yeah.
going on the 5th again. So this it kind of messed my mindset this week, because it was like good job too. So, but
Yeah.
they wouldn't even consider me because even when there's like USMCA and all that treaty in place
Hmm.
where I can still work in the US as a Canadian citizen,
Yeah.
but this is what happened. So you guys have any idea to work to help me out here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything I can
So
do?
yeah. Definitely, man. My take is don't be
Mhm.
discouraged. Like I said, Albert and one call they doing interviews back to back. You know, kind of getting used to the interviews, getting all the butterflies out. Just look at this stuff as training. And if you're in a
Okay.
foreign country, I'm pretty sure Nisha she probably got some experience. American companies trying to hire her, but maybe don't have citizenship or work visa. It's, I really Canada. Like if the company is gonna support you, if you're from Canada and they're an American company, cool. But if they're not, forget them. If they want to act all
Okay.
snobby and snooty, no, you're not an American citizen. Like, but I'm in Canada and I got a real job. Oh, yeah, no, you're not a human being. You're a scum. Forget them. You know? Like I said, because some people,
Yeah.
some companies, like I get it, but like I said, but there's companies in Canada, like I said, but it's just a
Hmm.
bigger market in the U.S. It's just trying to get a green card or a work visa is a little different now. I don't really know that much about
Hmm.
it, you know, especially
Now
with all the stuff going on with the
Yeah.
they
administration.
tightening things up around here, so
Yeah,
that's the part. They starting to make
Yeah,
things a
it's
little
the
strict.
US recruiters who contact me. That's the problem. It's not the Canadian recruiters. It's US recruiters who want to
yeah.
hire me, but they just ignore me because I don't have a valid work visa.
Yeah,
So I have
what you say,
two
Nish?
suggestions here.
Hmm.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Canadian
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I brought her name up because she couldn't. I'm pretty sure
So
she's been
the
through it.
first suggestion would be finding the
Hmm.
employer who has Canadian offices in here. So
Okay. Hmm.
working with them because they have
Hmm.
US also Canadian branch, right? So
Oh yeah.
that's
Hmm.
one way. But if I am taking your route of you're applying
Yeah.
something directly with the US, a lot many employers in US doesn't know that TN visa it doesn't require any sponsorship. It is
Yeah.
literally the employers can give the appointment letter and the job
Yeah.
description, and
Yeah.
it's your under your belt to take it to the
Yeah.
border
Yeah.
security to get the punched
Hmm.
in, right? So
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of sometimes to educate them by saying that I don't need any sponsorship. And some of the Reddit
Hmm.
feeds you have to read through this. I did some research of
Okay.
my own as well because I had a pipeline dream of finding an employer in US, but
Uh-huh.
then story changed. But anyway, I think a lot exactly know that this is the easiest process to someone to bring from Canadian to under the TN visa, and they are getting
Yeah.
3 year work visa permit also, right? And
Hmm. Yeah.
so sometimes it's a matter of educating those recruiter by saying that hey, I don't need any sponsorship, I need the but they will ask definitely what work authorization permit you
Yeah.
have. That's where they are
Yeah. That was
failing
the problem.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When I was talking to them over phone, I told
yeah,
them, hey, guys don't have to do anything.
right,
If I pass the interview, I get the job offer, it's just
right,
on me. And they said
right.
like we just
Yeah.
don't want to do it.
So some of the Reddit comments were when you apply even the job, you're saying that you're authorized to work in US. Yes, I'm
Hmm.
authorized to work in US, and you deal
Hmm.
that conversation later after you pass
Later.
all the
Hmm.
interview rounds and everything, right?
That's
So
Hmm.
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Good stuff. That's
yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
good. All right,
But
guys.
also
Uh,
the first option of finding a Canadian, US
Hmm.
company in Canadian
Yeah.
base,
Yeah.
in terms of the money wise, it is it's not that efficient because they're gonna pay you
Okay.
in Canadian dollars, and it's a
Hmm.
way different from that of the actual US.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Okay. Well, thank you, Nisha. Like I said, I figured you would know. I said, I bet she know. I bet she probably seen all kind of crazy stuff.
I had a route to look, looking to the US companies. Yes.
Yeah.
You can crack the interview. Don't worry about that. Yes, there are very really competitive candidates, and but that's up to you, right? Yeah, TN Visa is going that route, and there are many people who
Yeah.
are doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
y'all.
you,
Like I
Anisha.
said, this definitely been a good meeting. I recorded it this time so the other people get to see some of our trade
Nice.
proprietary secrets and know what we got going on before Skynet and Elon Musk take over. Like I said,
And
we
we'll
can make
see
a
him
lot
on
of money.
Mars in Victoria's
Hey
Secret gear.
man, I know, right? It's crazy. All right, guys. Like I said, have a good
Great,
I
weekend.
got a
No,
quick question.
great.
sure,
I
yeah.
got a
What's
quick
up?
question. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Now you good?
Vibe coding. I've read all the definitions, but if a person wanted to start to vibe code, where do they start?
I was so
Press
the
course.
yes, yeah. So the course, not this is self plug, but like I said, I put a lot of detailed stuff in the course. It's you can find some stuff on YouTube, but when you get into big projects, there's really nothing on YouTube about it and how to do it. Then there's even not even nothing on YouTube how to actually secure the agent. It's people talking about securing the agent, but actually teaching you how to like actually do it to a project. No, it's not online. But it's pretty easy. And that's pretty much like I said, how the big companies doing a lot of the stuff these days.
All right, I'll talk to you more about it.
Okay, see, Swiss, what's up, Rick?
Hey, I was just wondering. I had the baby earlier,
Are
man.
you
I missed
good?
it.
I
Even
saw the. I
what
said, look at him. He putting in work, Papa.
what time do you think you have it posted for the 24 hours, or how long will it take?
What you
To post?
talking about this recording?
Yeah, how long?
Oh, I'm pretty much finna post it now. As soon as we get off the
Oh,
call. Yeah.
great. I can watch it tonight. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You know, bro, like say anything, man, just DM me or whatever. I'm here, man. You know, here for the family, the culture. You know, the underdogs. We coming out of the gate like the one dog. We gonna run the race, baby. They gonna be like, where these people come from? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Worry about it. AI school.
I
AI
know,
school.
right? All right, man. All right, y'all have a good weekend. Be blessed. Stay safe. Love your
Yeah.
family. Kiss your family. All that. Love them. Have a good one.
Same
Nice.
here.
Yeah, you want
Yep.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. Have a
Thanks.
great weekend.
So,
Bye bye.
Bye.
bye bye.